got the crappie box. This would have been, even though it's November, this would have been October's. So, like I said, I've been so busy at work, I haven't even been fishing, I haven't done nothing. But I'm going out tomorrow, and I'm going to be targeting some crappies. So I want to do this review now, tonight, so that I can take maybe some of this stuff with me tomorrow. Okay. I had gotten an email about this before, and what this is Crappie Box subscriber. Our team would like to inform you that there was an issue with some of our suppliers and we did not receive the correct number of baits ordered. Sometimes these things turn out for the better for you because we're replacing the missing items with baits of a higher value. Your product card will still show the missing items since we were unaware of the shipping issue until the boxes were being packed. We hope you enjoy your box, the Crappie Box. So what happened was that some of their suppliers weren't able to get them the stuff that they needed for this box. So you know, it's kind of, I'll try to see if I can't see what it is in here that is missing. It says that the missing items would be on here but not in here. So we'll see if we can spot what's missing and what's in here. First thing I want to pull out is this because it's the biggest. These are Carlisle slip floats. Slip bobbers is what I call them. It's got 2 bobbers, 2 ties, and 2 BBs. If you don't know anything about slip bobbers, you are missing out. Slip bobber fishing is one of my favorite fishing. I use them ice fishing and I use them summer fishing. And what you do is you tie it, you string your line through this knot, and then you pull the plastic piece off and then pull the 2 strings together and it ties a tight knot on there. And then you put the bead on, you put the bead on, and then the bead will stop the line from going there. Now these ones actually have a bead inside there as well, but then you put a small weight on the bottom side, so you can set this to however depth you want, and then you can reel it even up into your reel, and you can reel this all the way up into your reel, so your bobber will come all the way up, so that if you want to get down into 20-30 feet, you don't have your bobber here 20-30 feet of line and then trying to cast it out or just dropping it on the side of the boat. This way you can reel it all the way up, cast it out. It'll sit like this for a minute, and the line will go out slowly, but then when it gets to the end, that bead and string will stop it right here, and that'll be where you set your bobber at. These ones look like they're made out of plastic, styrofoam. Carlisle, I'm familiar with the company. I personally like to use Thill and balsam. I like balsam, but plastic are good, just as good. You know, so I love slip bobbers and I use them often, and you know, I'll use these. I already have a bunch of slip bobbers, but I will use those. And the Carlisle's on here at $3.79. The next is the Bobby Garland, and that looks like the Baby Shad Dreamsicle Delight. Yeah, Dreamsicle Delight Baby Shad. So they're just little crappie minnow type. They got kind of a anisey, plasticky. They are oily. You can see the oil on them, but they got the Dreamsicle orange white, perfect crappie size. These are kind of a good size. I'll probably maybe try these tomorrow. They look like they're, you know, there's a color. It's a color that I don't see a lot of around here. So, but I like the white. The white is real good, and you know, the orange. I like the mixture of them. So I probably will try use these tomorrow. And these are $3.49. And the next one is Hurricane Speck Sand Bass Rig. Yeah, Speck and Sand Bass Rig. Okay, this is one line. Alright, here you see how they have this rigged. I don't know if you can see this here. You have to excuse my lighting. I'm really working on, I'm really looking into getting some different lighting issues for my filming area here. And I'm looking at getting some lighting for my camera too. But you see how they have this rigged here? And there's actually a line that comes off of there. Now, I don't know the distance between that, but I do know that this might be illegal in your area. You need to check your local laws before you use this. I know in Minnesota we're allowed 9 inches from the first hook to the last hook, but I don't think it can be on 2 lines like this. I think it has to be on 1 line. I'll have to check on that. These are weighted. I like the hook size, and I like the feathered, so I could see myself just cutting off this line and just using the hooks. I like them. You know, I like that. The rig like this, like I said, you have to check your local laws because that might be illegal in your area. But just the hooks themselves, I like the 2 colors, the chartreuse and the pearl white. I like them. And that's $3.99. The next one is the stopper. Speed Weaver. Okay. These are, let me see. Okay, they're called Speed Weavers, but they're very small. Works with any slip float. Works with any reel. Holds tight, won't slip. They're very small, and I've had some products like this before. So what you got here is you got the real small, see if I can get it to focus in on that. Come on. Okay. It's got the real small BBs, and then it's got the real small plastic flats. The problem is they're so small. But what you do is it's got, each one has 3 holes on the little plastic flats. Like that one there. You know, that's stuck up to the top. I don't know if you can see it. But you feed the line one way and then back again. So it creates kind of a snake pattern in there. And then you put the BB up to that. So instead of a knot like the ones in these ones, this is my little travel ice fishing kit. This one sent you the knots like this. Instead of that knot like that, you have this little plastic piece that you put on there, and it makes it easier to reel up into your reel. You can reel it all the way into your reel, and it doesn't tie up as much as them. But they're really a pain to put on there sometimes. They can be. I shouldn't say they are, but they can be a pain to put on there at times. What I find myself using a lot, I do use a lot of these, but I also find myself using what, you know, like the bass fishermen use the bobber stops and the peg stops, and you know, a lot of people that use the bullet weights, they use the little rubber peg stops, and I find myself using them a lot. They work really good. You can move them. Sometimes the knots and that other one that you feed through there, sometimes they're really hard to move up and down on the line. So if you go from 20 feet to 30 feet, it makes it hard to adjust that. But anyway, that's what them are. The Speed Weavers. They're little bobber stops. The next is Speed Weaver Stopper, wait, what now? Stopper Lure Speed Weaver. That must be the item that's missing. Okay. And then South Bend Aberdeen Gold is missing. And South Bend Dual Lock Snaps is missing. And Killer B Yeah, Killer Bee, Black Chartreuse. Well, this is a, oh yeah, Killer Bee. Okay, this is Crystal River. It's a fly. I don't know if it's a dry fly or a wet fly. It doesn't really say, but I do know that fly fishing for crappies is fun stuff to do. I plan on getting another fly rod. I broke the last one, but I plan on getting another one. It's really fun to fly fish. The next one, we got some Spin Daddies, Mr. Crappies. We got one spinner, and then they kind of have the bumblebee look too. I like these. I mean, I love the spinner on there like that. I love the hooks. I like them a lot. And then we have a crankbait. You know, crappie crank. Dives 2 to 6 feet. Real small. Good color. I like it. So, I mean, so far, the box. Oh, man. It's got a lot of rattle to it. It's not real big. Okay. It has this eye here, and this is what a lot of the companies, Rapala, will tell you how to do this as well. Now, some of them you can't really do it to, but some of them you can. And you need a pliers, you know, but you see this little eye right here? You can bend it. You have to be careful not to break your lure, break the lip off. Run a little bit like this, and then it's going to kind of want to go that way. And if you bend it this way, it'll go a little bit like this. And then straight up and down, you'll get more of a straight, but more action. And they kind of explain that here. You know, to bend the eyelet. I was wrong about that too. If you bend it that way, it runs that way. If you bend it this way, it runs that way. So, and to get the most action, you want to tie this directly to your line. If you use a snap swivel, it's not going to get the most action that it should, and that goes with any crankbait. I use snap swivels. You know, a lot of people do. They're just a lot easier. But you're not going to get the most action. What I do is I put the lure in the water and right outside the boat as I'm moving, and I can get a good adjustment of how fast I need to move to get it to do the action it needs to do. Whether I need to troll in speeds 2 or 3 or maybe even 1, or if I need to do a little jigging action and pull on it a little bit every once in a while to get it to come, you know, to get it to go at a speed where I'm going to get the best results. So that is the crappie box. I should have one more crappie box come in, I think. And then this next month I have the ice fishing lucky tackle box. And then I have the walleye XL, I believe it is. So